was all about. I'm hoping to speak to one of the people from the leadership. In fact, Nomawethu Solwandle is actually next to me. Nomawethu, if you can just briefly tell us what is happening here.
The ANC Western Cape leadership is joining the rest of the country in mourning the loss, but at the same time in celebrating the wonderful life that President Mandela led, the exemplary life, the selflessness that he has shown, the dedication he has shown to the people of South Africa. We thought it's appropriate as the leadership that over and above all other things that we are doing, we have to come here in our own as an executive to really lay this wreath. We're with the Minister of Human Settlement, we're with the Deputy Minister of Human Settlement, the Chairperson of the province, the Deputy, and other comrades who are leading in the African National Congress Western Cape.
Now, Nomawethu, people from all walks of life have become united after the passing of Dadu Nelson Mandela. Just, there's so much controversy in the Western Cape when it comes to politics. Just what we can learn from Madiba when it comes to unity and reconciliation.
I think the important thing that Madiba has actually shown to us is the importance that even if we have got diverse views, respect, I think, is a very important issue as a starting point of engagement. But also, secondly, the fact that we must be prepared to hear both sides of the story, because most of the time, if you get to look at the Western Cape, people speak past each other. They don't even give each other the opportunity to listen. What is the other side saying? Because someone comes from the township doesn't mean that person doesn't have opinions about what must happen in the city, what must happen in the province of the Western Cape. And I think that's really the crux of the matter if you were to look at it. But I think today, really, it is about Tata Madiba, and we'll really want to focus on that over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, we've got a service in Mitchell's Plain where the people of Mitchell's Plain are going to come together in a memorial service for Tata Madiba. On Monday, we are going to Drakenstein prison, which is that's from where he was released, and we're hoping we'll also have an opportunity to go to the house where he stayed, because we think it's significant that on these days of mourning, we must retrace the history of Tata Madiba. Even Paulsmo, we're visiting Paulsmo on the same day before the parliamentary session at 2 o'clock. All that is meant to say to Tata Madiba, thank you. Thank you for what you have done for our people. Thank you for the sacrifice. Thank you to his family as well, because they also sacrificed a lot to give Madiba to serve the people of South Africa. So I think those are the many messages that are coming up today.
Now, as I talk about unity and reconciliation and respecting one another, when you mention the ANC and the struggle, you can't leave out Dadu Nelson Mandela. He made a speech here in 1990 after being released from Victor Verster. Just, some of the challenges that you face as the ruling party as well. Just some of the things that you can fix.
I think one of the important things in the Western Cape, we're in opposition here, is that we've got to find a way of uniting the people of the Western Cape across racial lines. We cannot continue with the divide where the rich are becoming richer and the poor are becoming poorer. The issue of service delivery has got to be at the center, because Madiba talks about justice, and you can't talk about justice in an unequal society. So there has to be serious steps that are taken to address problems of drugs, problems of substance abuse, problems of gangsterism, which are ravaging our communities. Of course, the cause of it being unemployment and the many social challenges that our communities are faced with. And that's what the ANC in the Western Cape basically is seized with.
Thank you very much for your time. Well, that was Nomawethu Solwandle from Provincial ANC telling us more about what they're doing here. They've just arrived and they're laying down flowers at the Grand Parade. Now, as I said earlier, this is a very significant part in Cape Town when it comes to Dadu Nelson Mandela. You'll remember that he gave his first speech here in 1990 after being released from Victor Verster, which is now known as Drakenstein prison. So I'm just going to move out of shot now, just for you guys to see. Well, there's just too many people there and they're starting to do interviews. They've just finished laying those wreaths. So I'll just wrap and hand back to studio in Johannesburg.
Thanks, Nomawethu. Well, I can say I was there that day when he made his very first speech on the Grand Parade outside. It was an emotional day for everybody. But moving on, who can not remember Nelson Mandela as the dancing president, the man who made the Madiba shuffle and the loud shirt famous, not just in our country, but all around the world. Johnny Clegg has a unique way of paying tribute to Madiba with his Asimbo Namnya.